Hi, I'm Michael from Takumi Go. Welcome back to the third episode of Learning from the Pro. If you are new to this channel, this is a professional Go game sharing that is suitable for Q players. Today, we will take a look at a game from the 6th Korean Female Kiseong 1-3. Kiseong literally means Goddess of Go. Black is all Yujin and white is Kim Yoonyoung. In general, female Go players are not as strong as male, but don't underestimate the competing skills of female Go players. In this game, Kim Yoonyoung caught the mistake of Oh Yujin and reversed the situation by a few moves. I think there are two things to learn from this game. Firstly, to build up a mindset of counter-attack. When we play Go, we cannot always follow where our opponents play. We need to look carefully for their weakness and make a cue when they make a mistake. Secondly, I think it's a good way to learn more Tetsuji and shape by viewing professional games. So let's start. At this moment, 141 move. Black has some advantage in territory, so white tried to play this move to surround some territories in the middle. However, territories in the middle is not easy to surround. There are too many loopholes to get into it. First, Black played a knight move to destroy white's territory. White played here. This move looks strange, but it is a Tetsuji. What it means is if Black tried to play into white's territory, white could divide it. Black need to be careful to play this move because this is a center from white. Black need to prevent the cut. Then these two stones are hard to escape. But if Black retreated, white could play a harness to protect the territories in the middle. So this is a Tetsuji. However, there are too many loopholes for white. Black played a harness here. This is a good move because white could not divide it. If white tried to divide it, Black could simply cut all the white stones. White would lose all the territories in the middle. So white did not play this cut. White connect back these two group of white stones. And as a result, it is obvious that white is not successful to surround the territory in the middle. This is also an example of why professional players would choose to surround the territory in the middle as their last choices. Because if you want to surround the middle, you need to protect all four sides of the territories. It's not as efficient as surrounding the corner or the edge. Then Black played a big yourself here. Black did not play in the middle is quite reasonable because there are 2 points to connect. If white tried to divide this side of Black's stone, Black could connect in this side. If white tried to divide in this way, Black could connect this side. This becomes a miai, and therefore Black don't think the middle is big as this move. It's a correct judgment, but nevertheless, white need to divide at this point, and this became the last battle in the game. If white could not surround a big territories in this area, then white would lose. White exchanged a Yose in the right hand corner. This is a center, because if Black do not play this move, white could cut here. After this exchange, white divide Blacks. Black push, white connect, then Black played here, white need to retreat. Now, Black has a move to assure a victory. This is a point here. This move looked a bit stupid, but it's actually a brilliant move. Anyway, let's see the normal play first. Normally, Black would retreat here, then white must cut it, because white need to surround the territories in the middle. After this cut, you can see black has some move here. This cut and this nobi is accented because there will be a ladder. White need to capture this stone. But black should not play now because it cannot escape. If black try to jump here, white could just divide the black stones. However, black don't need to play this move now. Black just need to limit white's territory. These two moves not only limited white's territory, also gain some influence and territories in the middle. Then black could play a sacrifice. Need to notice that white should not play here because this squeeze is very painful for white. But even white do not play here, white play here. Black could play other big points like this one. After the sacrifice of these 3 stones, white could not surround the territories on the edge. So even a simple move could probably show a victory. However, there is even a better move for black, is to play here. What this move means is that white could not cut the black stones. If white try to cut the black stone, this is a center for black. Then black could just connect. After a bamboo joint, white could not cut the black stones. As if white could not cut the black stones, white could not surround the territories in the middle. For example, if white try to eat these 2 stones, you can see there are no any territories left in the middle. White may try to play this move, but still very small, only around 10 points after black connect. If black really plays like this, white could not win the game. Yet, black played it here in the real game. If we look at the rating given by computer AI, we see this move have lost a lot of points. AI told us that it is a bad move, but of course there are reasons for black to play this move. This move is actually quite interesting. What black is planning to do is when white try to hane to capture this stone, black could play a move like this one. White need to cut it through a nobi. Otherwise, if white play this side, black playing a handing connection could connect back these black stones in the middle. But if white play a nobi here, black could just play this move. White could not divide the black stones. Black could capture the white stone. If white protect this way, then black could just play this. So this is an interesting idea, but unfortunately, this plan is not perfect. If the story of this move is to utilize the weakness on this side in the middle, what if white protected it first? Kim Yoonyoung became very clever. She played here in the real game, and suddenly the situation became embarrassing for black because these 3 black stones around 10 points died. Black could not save them. What black must do now is to hold back. Black need to utilize this stone, try to surround some territories in the middle. However, the territories in the middle is not easy to surround as always. If black connect around this point, white could play an attachment here. If black try to block white from this side, then white may play something like this to utilize black weakness. If black push, white could still block. If black cut, then white could cut it. If black plays a connect, white could just escape. Because there is some capturing ways happening this, black need to capture this stone, then white could play a hanging connection. So black could not surround much in the middle side. This is still a complicated game because black has some advantage before the mistake she made. It will be a hard game for both sides. But the problem is that back to this point, black realized she made a mistake. She became hurried and impulsive. She played this move in the real game. This is too unreasonable because even a white directly cut the black stones, black could not escape. Black must cut here and push. White could escape. Now, if black tried to connect back these stones, white could capture them all. Black could not alive. The space for it to make eyes is too small. But if black tried to push, then white could play this move. If black tried to block the white stones, then white could play a squeeze. So even a direct cut could kill all the black stones. But Kim Yoonyoung played an even more good-looking Tetsuji this point. What this point means, if black tried to play here, then white could just block it. If black plays an attachment, then white could play a wedge cut. There is no way for black to escape. Black played a last trick move here. What this move trying to do is, she is saying, I'm going to capture you, please connect. And if white really connect, then black has some play. She could jump here and attach. After this attach, black could escape. Need to be noticed that black could not play the jump directly because white could just push here. If black tried to play a wedge cut, white could just hit. And after black connect, white could just jump back. If black attach now, white could play a hanet. Because this stone is at white's mouth, white could capture it, so there is no play for black to escape. Black need to first check white stones to connect, then black could play a jump here. Kim Yoonyoung did not fall into the trap, so she played a connect here. Black cuts the white stone, then white played here, a very big point, after an exchange here. Now white surrounded nearly 40 points in the middle. Black only captured around 12 points here. White gained a lot and win the game finally. Let's back to this point. If black plays correctly, then there will be a much different story. You see, this result compared to the real game, a big difference. Human God is never perfect. We will make mistakes, but to play less mistakes is one thing. I think what is more important is to catch our opponent's mistakes. This move 158 is not easy. It's like when you're walking across the road, someone hit you and asks you for a fight. It's very easy to be triggered. You normally would like to play to capture it or to protect. You normally think at this area. But white remember where to focus and play the correct move to protect the weakness at this point. Then, this is also a beautiful Tetsuji. And lastly, black tried to check white to connect. White did not fall into the trap. By 3 moves, white played a comeback. That's all for this game. Please like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.